Hey, it's Caitlin. I'm here in the IBM Lounge at South by Southwest with Guillaume, the founder of Scoopit. Can you explain Scoopit a little bit first to our listeners?
Sure. So Scoopit is a curation platform where people can publish online magazines by curating content on their favorite topic. So it's really easy, makes it very easy to create something about your passion, about your interests, and create a magazine this way by sharing the content you love and sharing it across social media.
Now, content creation is becoming a really hot topic right now. Can you explain how Scoopit is really enabling people to do that?
So the way we work, so I think it's a hot topic because it's needed. Just look at South by Southwest. There are tens of thousands of people, great people, lots of conversations, but sometimes you feel there's too much. So, I think people feel a need to, for curation, and they also need they have a need to participate in that. And so we saw that people wanted to express themselves by sharing content, not just by creating content. And so the Scoopit experience makes it easy for people to find relevant content and also publish that in one click on something that's good looking, that you feel proud of having created, and that you can share in wherever you want very easily, on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Pinterest, and other networks.
That sounds fantastic. So really people are becoming the gatekeepers of the internet right now.
Yeah, I think that what we're seeing is a trend where, if you go back 5,000 years ago, only a few people could write, right? And then, it got democratized, but to the point where before the internet, it was still very hard to have, to create your own media. I don't know if you tried to create a media in high school. I did. It was hard. It was a full project. And the web made it easier with blogging, but we still felt that blogging requires a lot of efforts and that not everyone is a natural born blogger. So we try to make it even more simple, and I think we're seeing now that it's getting traction. We've been growing 30% a month on average ever since we launched. We have 3 million visitors a month now. So yeah, we're getting traction with that idea.
Great. And how do you think it's changing publishing?
So I think we could be at the point where publishing is going to be totally different. We're one of our claims is that everyone is a publisher. We think the idea that everyone is interesting is really true. It's just a matter of finding the right people, the right audience. And the other thing which is important in Scoopit is we have a topic-centric model, which is something which is really hard to do in the old publishing world, where you had to cover a lot of different things if you were the New York Times, because you wanted to address a lot of people, so you had to cover all of the interests of a lot of people. What we're doing with Scoopit is we allow you to create a magazine on your interests. So I do one on freeride skiing. I know it's not going to attract millions of people, but the people I connect with are really engaged and passionate about it, and it creates fantastic conversations, and it's a way for me to reach out to people that I would never have reached on Facebook or even on Twitter.
So after you start your own niche magazine, how do you share it? Is it all on Scoopit? Can you share it through Facebook? Explain that. How do you publish it?
Yeah, so you can share the whole magazine, or you can share each and every post that you publish. So the way our users actually see us is as a hub for their social media experience, so their social media publishing activities. And so we help them share better content and more often and more relevant content. But the interesting part is when people come from those networks, then they see all of the posts you've curated on that topic, and they can easily see why they would follow you. The question we're trying to answer is, why would people follow me on Twitter? I've been struggling with that question myself for a long time. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not someone you would follow naturally, like Ashton Kutcher or whatever. But I think I had good expertise on some aspects, on some topics, but they don't show on Twitter. If you look at my timeline, that it's a mix of different stuff, and it doesn't show really well. So what we created is a visual experience where you could actually really see clearly what my topics were, and decide to say, well, out of his 5 topics, I'm going to follow 2, and I leave the rest. So it creates a good filter.
Well, that sounds fantastic. I know I'm going to be looking at it. So it's Scoopit?
Yeah, it's Scoop.it.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for joining us at South by Southwest.
Thank you.